So point that at me.
Okay.
Okay, so foam roller, like I said, this this guy, is one of the many. And what you're going to do is kind of get yourself on it, and getting down and up is pretty important because you don't want to tweak the back. So you want to try and maintain all that neutral spine stuff that we did in that previous video and that we just did. So now what I want to do is I want to find the place where my pelvis is going to be rotated this way slightly. And I do that by going about here. And I feel like it's going to do that motion. Hopefully, can you see that when you on the video? And the reason that we're doing it is because what we're going to do to try to open up the hips, this psoas and this iliacus muscle that are deep in the abdomen right here, is that we want to be able to extend the hip while maintaining that rotation of the pelvis backwards. So what that is going to look like is that I'm going to pull my knee in, and that also helps to keep the pelvis back here. And then what I want to do is I want to try and let this hip go like that. And I can pull myself in here a little bit more, and that adds to this being lifted up, but I want to try and keep it down and straight. And that is the stretch to open up the front of the hip. And then I'll just repeat the same thing on the other side. I'm not sure if we need to because you should be able to see it. But here, and you see kind of that pulling back of the leg helps me keep the pelvis rotated backwards, and my leg stays pretty down. So right now my hips are pretty open for me to be able to do that, which is awesome. And then I'm going to get off another way. So I'm going to bridge up, slide this guy out, and then put myself down. And probably the best way to get on it is that same thing where I find all that nice ideal alignment, engage everything, bridge up, and then slide this guy underneath. Mm-hmm. So let me show you the anatomy that we're talking about here. So if you look at my friend, the spine here, this muscle is the psoas, and this muscle is the iliacus, and we call those muscles often together the iliopsoas. And what they do is they attach to all the spinal vertebra and the disc, or the psoas does. And when that muscle tightens, it tilts the pelvis, and I can't change the positioning here because this is all glued together, but it tilts the pelvis forwards and causes us to deepen the arch in the back. Mm-hmm. And tightens this hip so that the hip gets flexed. So if we put you, since you're a biker, if we put you in the bike position, if you're in this position on a road bike, and I flip the body around, you see that leg is here, and what that does is that shortens this whole musculature, and that's part of what is going on in the back. Hmm. So all that makes kind of sense?
Yeah.
Maybe? Okay. Your turn. You don't get